I got you muted. Can you hear me now?
Did you get my peanut butter cookies?
Nice. I got they were sent over by Uber Eats. Yeah, this we got a prima donna
Okay.
over here. He refused to come on
You
until I got
can
him
go back
over the
back
peanut
and
butter
grab me.
cookies.
Grab me maybe half an hour for 'em. But I'll totally come back on the show for sure. Yeah. Yeah. What's
Cool.
going on,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah, man. I want to apologize to everybody. We're running a little bit late here. We're having some technical difficulties along with the cookie issue, but we figured we'd jump in. Hopefully, we can get a few songs in here. And this is the first ever live interview with Sleeping Lies. So we're yeah, pretty excited to have you on here, man.
Hey man, I'm very excited to be here for sure. Jesse, you're doing a great job in the music industry in Toronto, that's for sure. A lot of us slaved away for a long time, without even looking for recognition or anything, and you kind of fit that criteria. Uh, a boss, a stellar boss who's humble, that you have that characteristic that artists are looking to work with. And that's it, man. You keep on going. You're gonna have that support from all of us, that's for sure.
Oh, thanks so much. Thanks so much for the kind words, man. It's
Did you want me to do? You want me to take out my top or something? That's it.
yeah,
You're like
that's how we
you're the
normally
next
start off
guy
the
that's gonna
show.
take care of all of us.
Yeah, so we're
No
getting a little bit of
problem.
feedback. Do you maybe just for the interview portion, do you just want to talk to the camera and not into the mic there?
Yeah, well, that costs more money, right?
But yeah, so for anybody who hasn't heard of you or your music, you're a pretty big part of the
Absolutely.
indie
Can you hear
scene.
me like this?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you a lot
Can you
better
hear
without
me?
the mic. Yeah. Um, but yeah, you're super involved in the indie music scene. Before COVID, you were
For
throwing a
sure.
ton of shows and working with tons and tons of bands. Do you kind of just want to introduce people to yourself about both your music and what you're doing to help promote other artists?
Wow. I'm
Big
flattered.
question off the
Thank you. I
start.
appreciate the recognition. So, um, when I started in the indie industry alone, I was asked by a gentleman named Anthony De La Rosso, probably one of the people that pushed the indie scene to where it should be. And then I was asked to come in to work for Of the Bear as a partner, kind of to like take over because he was having, some health issues. That's all. Other than that, he could control everything. That man is a genius. His band is actually doing well right now, but they're called The Crooked, by the way. But hear me out. Like when I took the reins on my own, I started a Motive, and EEMOTIVE, and from there, I started booking bands that I was touring with, bands like Jam Squid, playing with in Toronto, like Casey Carlisle, like Evil Elvis, Binge Ninja. Big shout out to Shane Burrow. I think he's a ghost now, but like I still love the Big Love. His band, like I love that band, Binge Ninja. But like Zach Kasuch from Jam Squid, from Hamilton, those guys really pushed me as well. So from there, I just started collecting a lot of bands that weren't getting the opportunity or getting the push. Like Johnny No Cash was getting kind of a push, but then we all of us kind of skyrocketed him. What up, Johnny? My boy Jason Damo too. We love Johnny No Cash over here. Sleeping Lies Can't. Me, myself, and I. But pushing bands was definitely the main idea I had, and not only just bands, but like the artistic expression. So, if they wanted a shot, they got the shot, but they had to have the material, the attitude, and not so much the following, because as a promoter, I was putting that there, promoters, but if they were good, they excelled because it wasn't a weekend thing for them; it was a lifestyle, and making it a lifestyle is definitely what you have to do, or you're just meant to do. But music to me is life. I'm in St. Marcus Choir School. Um, like I'm an alumni now, I guess. Like I left there in grade 11, and then was granted alumni by Michael Masenke 10 years later for being a songwriter. I was in projects like The Audio Alchemist with my friend John Neely there. Tons of music there. I've met people like Troy Van Leeuwen through Terry Cole. Actually, met Troy Van Leeuwen from Perfect Circle, now Queens of Stone Age. I've met Josh Homme. I played in front of them. I've met Marcus Tam from Universal. Um, oh God, even working for Nocturne. Like I'm a sound engineer as well, so all the clubs hired me as a sound engineer. And from there, it just kind of like all snowballed. So any band that I kind of like did get to meet or liked or whatnot, I kind of just pulled aside and I said, you can either take me serious or you can take a walk, basically. But this is the deal. So another friend of mine, where I got like a real big start, because De La Rosa got me a residency at the Rivoli. Like, who gets a residency at the Rivoli when you write 4 songs? You know what I mean? Like, so Anthony, thanks, buddy, man. You know, you really paved the way for me. But he believed in me. I wasn't trying to get into the industry, but he saw something in me that a lot of people may not have liked, but he saw as a motivation and integrity, I guess. And you know, it's art is life for me, so I give people the benefit of the doubt. But let's start with the Like the Rivoli really skyrocketed me, hanging out with people like Cohn and interviewing him, and then meeting Sun K, and then bringing Sun K out to the Lee's Palace, and you know, getting signed to Badger Records with Ian, and then from there I was meeting other people. So like I got to surf, and then my buddies like you know, the Rock Pile was another big part of me in the music industry. Like goes out to Steve Hogue, Dom, Matthew Almeida. We were all just nailing out these bands, dude, and like I was bringing in all the newer indie bands, and Almeida was just like putting it all together, and Steve Hogue was like pulling out his hair. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It was just like, it's good times, man. But it all goes up to Dom, who just like kind of pushed us and slaved away. But I got my start really at the Tennessee with Christopher Blanchard. He didn't know, he was a friend of mine for years, didn't know I was actually an artist. I was like his vocal coach. And he's like, after I left the Rivoli, he was like, hey, you know, like about a bar, and I was like, and like, why am I not booking it? So I went in, and then I started Tennessee Tuesdays, and that just blew up. So anybody who came out to Tennessee Tuesdays, Astaroth, like, man, Cleopatra, I brought out, like, before there were anybody, like, those kids were 2-piece beating the beep out of the Tennessee, man, you know. And not even that, like Jam Squid, we had Black Eve in there. What up, man? Like, oh man, like just the heart and drive that went through there. Oh man, Snake River Redemption. If there's bands I'm forgetting, mind you, like I've had a bit of head trauma recently. So, but other than that, I think I was meant to be in the entertainment industry. You know, even as an actor, I do a lot of horror stuff. But music always had a drive, because music for me, you know, I was always kind of alone as a child and touring at a very young age. So music's the universal language to me. And for some reason, I'm self-taught. I feel it through my veins, and I feel that other people do. And I think that there's a big, huge artistic expression and culture and, you know, subculture in especially Toronto, but not just Toronto, in Hamilton for sure. And places like Windsor, and like, you know, we got to really band together and like start working. If you don't start working together, trust me, your industry's going to fall, guys. So listen to me. Get it together. Get it together, right? You can't be enemies. It's not about competition. You're all beautiful in your own way, right? So if you're not working together, how am I going to put shows with you all together? How's Jesse going to put shows with you together? Listen, we're not all there for just one band. We're there for everyone, all right? Like band, like another thing is, if I'm rambling, let me know, because I'm just going to keep going. So the thing is that if you go to see the opening act, you know, you're staying for the second act too, and the third. How about this? Show up for sound check and stay. Yeah, that's polite, because I know the opening act's going to appreciate you staying there. And what do you know? If that opening act actually is a bigger rock star that you just don't know from another town, think about that. And then that guy's going to bring you out to his town and treat you with respect. Hi, Jam Squid. How you doing, guys? I love you. So I want to talk a little bit more about our local scene. Start picking up records. Like, don't pick up vinyl. Go buy Sloan vinyl. Go buy Toronto bands and like Canadian bands that you haven't heard. And don't be pushing American bands if you're not listening to your own Canadian bands that are actually like amazing, and you guys aren't understanding. See, this is the thing about promoting. And it's not, you know, everybody's got their own way of doing it, but I did my own posters. I booked my own bands. I did my own sound. I paid them on my own. I always did everything on my own so that I would be at fault if anything happened. because I see a lot of people throwing the blame on each other, and that's another problem with our industry is that nobody wants to take responsibility. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. Get rid of the ones who don't have any interest in the music. Why are they involved? It's simple as that. If they're involved to make you sell tickets, cash out, and get out, don't work with them. That'll
Which
cancel it.
unfortunately, there's like that was a tough lesson for me learning when I first moved to Toronto, and there's a whole lot of people in this industry that don't care in any way about the music. It's all about making the money and using artists to keep going, and
That's
that
so funny.
it's so
Misusing
easy to
people.
spot,
Do you mind if I
But
smoke?
oh no, not at all.
Right on. No, keep going.
Um,
I want to listen to you. Jesse's a
but
brilliant man.
yeah, I just like
Jesse,
I completely agree with what you're saying. I would have never guessed that was even a thing when I first moved here. I assumed if you were a promoter, it's because you care about music and doing all that stuff. But there's so many people in
yeah,
Toronto that are not about that, which is why
dude,
it's
supernova.
important to have promoters like you out here who are doing it for the love of music and not just trying to make a quick buck off all these artists.
That didn't burn me out, actually. I did well, and my artists that I booked did well. What burnt me out was the fact that like the clubs were closing down, the clubs were getting greedier, and I just like I wasn't gonna do anything without like on my end, like doing 5 jobs at once, and then at the end of the night, the bar going, "Oh well, we can't pay you." That didn't happen to me at all because I ran a good ship, and
Yeah,
if they did, I'd lock the door. I'd lock the door. Everybody, this is my father. This is the guy that made me. So Jesse, say hi to Alberto #1. That's the real deal right there.
the
He's got a
OG.
harmonica hooked up. Say hello to the world, Dad. Jesse, that's my dad. He's actually a fantastic artist. This guy can draw like nobody's business. Honestly,
Nice.
I've just never seen anybody. And tough cookie too, though.
That's awesome. You've been working on some drawing too, hey? Do you want to talk about you got a comic book, a musical comic coming up? Do you want to chat about that one?
Absolutely. I have. I held back on it because I know people don't have money, and I was just going to release it for free. But you know, I don't know if now is the time to release it. It's really dark and depressing, and it's about losing love. And, I guess I'll get into it. After 18 years or 17 years, I lost somebody that I loved and cared for a lot. Left me probably because I was emotionally unavailable in my own right, but I loved her very much. What do you want me to say? And so instead of stalking her, haunting her, I designed a digital comic book called Eternal, and I did all the soundtrack for it, and I have like clips for it, and I'll start releasing maybe issues. I have 3 solid issues that were going to be released in October, December, and February. But honestly, every time, because I acted in all of it, it's me actually acting, and then like I graphic designed every stock and image to look like a comic book, and people like Sean McLean. I want to give my buddy Sean McLean a shout out there. He's got a little groovy little band going on too. But he was digging it. Other people are digging it, but it was just so personal that I kind of sat on it. And I didn't want other people to be sad. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Yeah.
I don't make sad art or dark art or gothic art. I think my gift from God is pain and misery, and to realize that when you're older, but knowing it when you're a child, that it's just like it's a struggle in itself. So I'm very careful on the material I put out so that I don't influence people negatively at the worst times. That makes
Yeah, that's
sense?
fair. It's such a weird time for music, like just to know, because yeah, I've had this conversation with many artists. Like I've got this new stuff. Do I put it out now? Do I wait until the world's in a little bit of a different place? And it's definitely yeah, it's definitely something that every band is dealing with differently, but definitely a conversation every band has to have right now if they've got new music.
That's the thing, like, do you want to release a song about suicide? Do you want to release a song about being alone? Do you want to release a song about being broke? You have to take things into consideration here. People aren't necessarily who we say we are. We put up a facade at times to say we're happy. Nobody's happy, because if we were happy, we wouldn't go to work. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have to go to work. But the thing is that we're not we're not monsters and we don't want to hurt other people, but sometimes, like artists myself, have to speak for other people because people are afraid to say they're sad or angry or hungry or poor. And you know, timing is everything. That's all. Timing is everything. Always take artists. Listen to me. Any artist, listen to me right now. Even directors too, especially directors. If you got something that's particularly risque or contemporary art, sit on it for a minute. Think about it. Think about how it's going to react, think how it's going to, how people are going to react to it. Because I know a lot of people that I've lost. Oh God, it's like it's ridiculous. This is what I call it, the Robin Williams effect. You never know. You never know. It could be. It could be. He could be. He, she, him, it, alien. I don't care. Just take into consideration what you're putting out may affect other artists. I mean, like people are very emotional right now. You should have saw the suicide rate at the beginning of quarantine, and not everybody's that strong, man. And it's sad to see some good people go.
Definitely. Yeah, no, these are hard times for everybody. And I think you're touching on a really good point. The power that artists have and musicians is that they can bring out a lot of these messages into the world that people, it's not stuff that you talk about, over the dinner table, or over coffee. Um, yeah, and I think that's kind of an artist's job is to talk about those parts of society and get that out there. So I think that makes a lot of sense with what you're saying, and it is yeah, no, it's a
You know,
very tough time to know how to put out that kind of stuff for sure.
like exactly like Christmas time. Don't put out a song about not being with your family and being sad and like killing yourself in the bathtub because I did it. Like I did those things, but I didn't put out a song. So like things like that may affect people. So choose your words wisely and never make a song that's going to purposely create war, uh, hate. Like if you're involved with any kind of hate mongering, racism, or bigotry, get the f out of my life. I won't even acknowledge you. Okay, I'll come find you and I'll make sure everything you have withers away. Pun intended. I'm not into that, man. But that's what I mean. Like hate-driven music. I don't buy into it, man. Like look at Marilyn Manson. Is it hate-driven? Not really.
Oh, I think we might have lost you here. Oh, you still there, man?
Like him. Just how Ozzy with Suicide's getting.
Oh, yeah, I think we lost you. You're frozen here. Oh, and I'll take a minute here. I've been missing. There's some comments going here. If you're still watching, hey Don, good to see you. Oh, Lottie's in here. Hey man.
See me? Can you see
Oh,
me?
oh, we got you back. We got you back.
Better? Oh, yo, I want to give a big shout out to my man Kyle Nolan. Ninja Skills does all my tattoos, man. Like, check him out. Did my Elvis? Check that out. Oh, hold on, let me get this. No, dude, this guy, I've known this guy since we were like 13. Never lets me down. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. He dances. But now check out this man. Working on this Marilyn Manson for me right now. It's a good soul, man. Check that out.
Nice.
Yeah, and he did the
That's
biggie on
awesome.
my neck.
He doesn't have the hips to move, but
Nah, man. Remember, he got rid of his rib cage. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
How
can't do
about
quite the same. My buddy
I'm a
Bash
big
is in
man.
here too. Hey Bash said, go ahead and release it, bro. 2020 isn't a year to be all cheered up, but rather a reality check. So if your comic used to be sad in it, based on real life, and this is something I truly cherish.
But then people are going to want to talk to me about it. And I'm not strong enough, I guess. I really love that girl. But I've moved on in a sense where it's there, but it's gone, man. So I found something else, you know, and what doesn't kill us breaks us, but I stayed stronger. That's it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and we're here. We're doing this. You got a whole bunch of music. Have you been working on other musical stuff over the quarantine?
I've never stopped working on music, art, music, my body, like everything. Like I've got ideas coming up the yin yang, even for like new clubs. So watch out, Toronto. Fund me, people, because I'm coming. I got some great themes. But yeah, man, you want to hear some music right now?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a song working here.
Cool, man. Let's do it up. You have to excuse my setup. It's not none of this is Jesse. Like seriously, he didn't give me those cookies, so you're only getting half a couple songs. No, if you can't hear it, ladies and gentlemen, I promise to come back on the show and But here we go. All right. So I'll give a big shout out to my man Angelo Russo. I've seen him in a while. Hope he's all right. I love him. It's okay not to see my ugly mug. So, and by the way, you guys are literally standing on Motorcycle Boulevard. Fucking beautiful. Anyways, there's a new one I'm working on. I don't have a name for it yet. That's for you there. Actually, the day after we broke up, I spent some years. I went to my buddy Shane Burrow's house, and it just came out while we were there. So tuning here. This is my guitar, my art I've had 10 years. Sadly, it was taken. So I got to restructure. We just have to come. It's all my fault, ladies and gentlemen. See where you saw I'm still so tired of you. Just show me the way. Show me the way. Just show me the way to get this game. This love never meant to be forever. You're not you. look at me. To wake up, make love slow, sway, this love was this love was for you. Come get me now, shake so right now. Come get me now, shake so right down. So something like that. So I wasn't entirely sure, but tuned up. Yeah. I'll give you another one if you want. So we just get that going and just
So it's actually yeah, we're definitely having some sound issues here.
not a problem of
Um,
mine. I'll get back on your show.
cool.
So
Yeah, I'm thinking like why don't we just chat for a bit and we'll bring you on another time when we can get the sound sorted out a little bit more.
I'd appreciate that. I was playing piano in Kensington all day. I don't want to name drop, so I'm not going to. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're an artist, we're out there looking for you still. So just, pack a lunch, drink some water. You bring hard drugs, I'm not talking to you. But just there's tons of artists out there. There's a piano in Kensington Market we open up that you can come play. And everybody's always got a guitar. Not just Kensington, but I'm searching Bellwoods. I'm searching hallways, under bridges. I'm searching everywhere. But yeah, no, Jesse, let me put this guitar away and we'll talk. All right?
Sounds good. Yeah, and if anybody has any questions for Sleeping Lives, feel free to throw them in here. We're currently streaming live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. So if you guys have any questions, throw them in there, and I'll get them over. I also want to say a big shout out to Dawn Fowler. She's been a huge supporter of a lot of the stuff we're doing. Yeah, thanks so much, Dawn, and really having people like you supporting this—that's what it takes to keep this scene going. And yeah, it's beautiful to see how much you support the live indie scene in Canada. And thanks so much for the kind words. Really appreciate you always tuning in here.
She's cool, man. Now, hear me out. Everybody who's supporting out there, like, that's it. That's what it is. That's it. We're doing it for you, doing it for us. Like I can't stand people that are like, what? I'm not talking to that person. Get your ass out there and you talk to that person who just bought your T-shirt. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Or spreading your word. Oh, I don't talk to that person. Just share my music. You're an asshole. Talk to that person. That person is support. That person is doing what they want to do because they like it. Talk to those people. Talk to your fans, man. They like you.
Definitely. Well, and that's like just from being at this for a while and seeing so much going on. That is really the bands that make it far are the bands that have a real connection with their fans. Not the bands that are just coming up playing their show and they're like, okay, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. And that's
I hate that's an ego trip. I'm not looking to sign. That's for sure. That's some boring stuff, man. Like, first of all, you consider yourself part of the music industry and you're not listening to the music? Like, how self-absorbed is that person that they're not going to stick around to check out the other bands? And it kills me. Even like, it's understandable at times when, here, let me move this so that it's not in the light so much. and it's on the motorcycle. So this is the thing. If you're playing out of town, it's excusable to an extent, but sometimes we will put you up. I always find a place for my homies to stay when they're coming into town. My homies from Jam Squid always find a place for me to hang when, and I don't mean just one day. Like, seriously, sometimes I'm like, I'm being kidnapped. Thing is, like, stick around because it really just makes you look bad. And people don't, they frown on that, man. Like myself included. It's not like, oh, they didn't stick around for my set to hear my music. It's like, it's respect. Like you don't respect your fellow artists, and that's basically what you're showing people. Yeah, did I miss that? Like, am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, if you're at a show, you should at least be supporting the bands that are on that show with you. But yeah, I don't know that too. I find it really interesting. You know, I get to talk to a lot of bands of a lot of different levels, and usually the smaller bands have a lot of respect for everybody they're playing with, and then there's a lot of bands that get to a certain size where they're like, you know, I'm too important for this shit, and they just kind of keep going. But then they get past that level. The bands that are actually successful and make it past that mid tier are always, maybe not always, but for the most part, you know, once the bands are bigger, then those are the bands that are like, you know what, I do care about those people, and it's usually the medium ones that are pulling those dick moves. They're just like, I don't care, you know, I'm here for me, but they usually don't make it that far, right?
Powdering their nose and whatnot. But like, this is the thing, man. Like, you know, like, I'm not even gonna blame the drugs part of it because everybody has a vice of some sort. But this is the thing: the ego has to go. If you're out there and you're not supporting your friends, or you're talking behind your friend's back, or you're not buying your friend's T-shirts, it's like, oh, buddy, give me a T-shirt. Well, you're gonna give him one back or her one back, right? Like, it's all a support system. It's like
Definitely.
how do you say it? It's like thinking like a ship. Okay, we're all working together in one event to make the event work. Now, if one hand leaves, that ship is going to run in a circle, and this is what I mean. So why would that band ever be invited back? Now, money will push bands forward to an extent because who's going to write for you when you can't write your songs anymore? You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. It's people don't see the future; they only see now, and that's the narcissism that is flooding all industries except for Europe, Brazil. Like these places, they're out there every night supporting each other. Even in Bronx, like Detroit, Detroit had this bomb punk scene for a while. I don't know if you guys know about it. You know, do you know what? Check out a. Oh, look at me in the dark as usual. Don't mind that. I don't mind it. I'm always in the dark. People don't.
I'm just talking to a ghost now.
Don't. That's not even a funny joke. It's like literally somebody thought I was a ghost today. You know what? Next time I come on, we should definitely talk about my life. I'm a little older than I look, ladies and gentlemen, or maybe I do look old. I don't know. I've been in this scene a long time. I got a great story to tell. But I want to talk more about the scene and what we can do as a community to, you know, make it happen. Because if you consider yourself, not you, Jess, present company excluded, and anybody who's watching or like anybody's going to watch that actually feels they're a part of the scene, how much do you think you put in? Every single day. And I never asked for any kind of recognition or attention or anything. This is it. Like I said, I was out there 24/7. I put my life on hold. I put signings on hold for myself because I noticed there were better acts out there ready to go, and I pushed them forward because they needed it, they deserved it, and they could handle it. But I don't like these people coming in saying they deserve things when they're not making the posters, they're not helping their own band pack the goddamn van. They're yelling at the sound engineer. They're talking lip to the bartender who's helping them, the door girl, like a manager's trying to get like free drink ticket. If it's not offered to you, managers, don't ask. Okay, I've managed a few bands. I never ask. I already have clout. But like the thing is, don't entitle yourself to the delusion that you are working hard enough because you're not. Because look at our industry; it's in shambles when people like myself and Matt Groupie and Almeida and Steve Hogan, we've all stepped back. And like Jesse, you're doing great. You're doing great. You like honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody screws over Jesse, you're all screwed because I'm getting to an age where like I'm thinking of retiring. So that's it. This guy right here, this guy's the only guy that was able to get a live interview out of me. So sorry about the first time, but I literally did get kidnapped. That's for later, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
That's a story for another time. That's yeah, no, it's crazy. I'm super glad we could finally get you on here. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a mishap that first time, but it's you know, you've been in this industry a long time. Like you were saying, you work with so many people. It's great to get your input on stuff. Don's also saying we
Well,
need live music or we need music in our lives, which is so important. And you like haven't worked all these places. And you were just kind of talking about even before coronavirus happened. You know, people like Matt Groupie who had been doing this forever. It just wasn't sustainable to keep going.
and
I know
him and
Indie Week was about to shut down. That's still going this year. But yeah,
okay,
what do you foresee for the future of the Toronto music scene? Because I think it's going to look very different at the end of this.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, I'm buying a venue, but it's not going to be what you think. And it's not going to be a personal club. How you doing, Amacabo? It's going to be a real deal venue, and I don't want to give the idea away because let's put it this way: everyone's welcome. It's going to be like a community center, but you're going to pull your weight. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be a classy place. It's going to be a classy joint. And it's going to be themed differently every second month. But I think the future of the industry is going to go online for a while. Um, for a long time. Like, hear me out. Like, this online, we're not taking advantage of enough. Like, people could be in bars, and you could be in the comfort of your own home, creating an atmosphere. Like, look what I'm doing right now. Hi, cigarette. Don't smoke, kids, and stay in school and stay away from drugs. And watch a lot of RoboCop. Dead or Alive. I don't know. I just love RoboCop. But hear me out. It's going to end up online, and virtual is good. But what we want to do is we want to take all the Ticketmaster people out. We want to take all the face out. So the artists have to pull their weight and go and understand marketing. Nobody taught me how to do sound engineering. Nobody taught me how to learn marketing. I did it all myself. Nobody had taught me how to play music. I did it. Okay. And that's not me trying to be a hotshot. That's me trying to show you that anything is possible. Anything. And if you want to consider yourself part of this industry, you better pull your weight because it's not going to wait around for anybody. Look how fast all these artists are coming out now because they have the capability of GarageBand per se. Well, that's not per se what an artist is. So what we want to do is we want to filter out the arts and the creators. And this will be a place like that. But right now, I think the industry in the future will end up being more like the artist is at home and he creates an atmosphere at home and they project it on a screen, or you're going to get holograms. Holograms are going to take over our jobs, just like computers are going to take over yours. And I don't really have an issue with that because if somebody wants to make a hologram of me, and I don't have to show up all the time, but I could just download all my tracks to this hologram that will play for me and I can collect royalties. I'm retiring. I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Right? But same's going to go for acting, man. They're going to just start getting computers to do it and you can sit at home. Let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, you're lazy. You know, it's a generation that's been so spoiled with technology that you don't even understand a library is free. So it's like the knowledge on your phone, and you're still using it. Like everybody out there right now, go get a Fender Tuner app. It's free. I didn't use it because I'm using my phone because both my laptops don't work right now. Neither is my life. But then again, I'm an artist. Holograms, ladies and gentlemen. You can take your jobs if you don't pull your pants up.
Yeah,
It's true.
no, that's yeah, no, the future's coming fast, and I think this you know, the quarantine has really sped things up exponentially. You know, there's a well, even just the music, right? Even doing these live streams, I would have never dreamed of doing a live stream before this, and now this is episode 42 or 43 or something like that. Like it's what was that?
You know, it was inevitable. It was inevitable, man. Everything was going to go online because, again, people are lazy. I don't want to get into politics right now because we don't want to divide, but you're not going to be going out much in the future. Let's put it that way. You're going to be welcome to the new society. Welcome to the new world. And live venues, they were bomb. They were tons of fun, man. But it's not going to be the future. Mm-mm. Nope. But
Yeah,
if there's a, you know what? Can I address something actually? I don't mean to interject again, but
definitely. Yeah.
let's talk about the hip hop scene, because that's another scene that's struggling and always has been in our industry and doesn't get enough respect that should. I've done sound for so many big hip hop artists, small hip hop artists, and I've always had a great time. Um, is there trouble? Yeah, sometimes. Is it the trouble to the extent where people say it is? Absolutely not. And I want to tell Indie Week, I want to tell South by Southwest or North by Northeast, I want to tell you all right now, you better start booking more hip hop shows. And when I say book them, I don't mean put them in the back of an event and then have them in a smaller room. You showcase that shit and you make sure that shit is heard. Because I've always been a hip hop fan. My dad got me into gangster rap as a kid. You guys hear me out. That is music. Okay? That is music. That is an art form. That is hip hop, rap, R&B, soul. All of that is to be respected. You're going to see artists like myself disappear and probably want that. But hear me out. I'll come and then I'll take over because I don't like what's going on. And I have the time to do it because I have nothing to lose. Boo.
Boo.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you're back on ghost mode here.
I love it. Hey, wait. Are you afraid of the dark? No? I'm a little old. I don't know. Never liked that letter.
Oh man, I used to love that show when I was growing up. That was my favorite.
Oh, terrific show, man. Terrific show. Filmed in Toronto, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, along with Friday the 13th, the TV show. Was filmed in Distillery District. If you haven't seen Friday the 13th, the television show from the 80s, do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube. I didn't tell you, it's there for free. But that Goosebumps was filmed here in Toronto. Man, like X-Files was filmed in Vancouver. Canada is so creative that we're so polite, we don't even acknowledge ourselves. That's what I believe. And oh, hey, by the way, how the hell is it that I'm not being invited to the Junos? You go to the Junos this year or any year? Like, invite me. Trust me. All right, I want to go. I like people sometimes too. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. No, I've never been. I was hoping to make it out. Yeah. Not yet. Definitely not this year, but maybe if they do a live thing coming up soon.
You know,
They,
it's
they,
funny. I have never been like specifically and directly invited. Ghost mode. Oh, what? Break it down. But I've never been invited, and that's one thing where I was like, okay, this is it. This is where everybody pats themselves on the back for the hard work that we're doing. And I've never seen you once, Jesse, you ask for any recognition. And like people like myself go out of their way to be like, just not even introduce myself, but watch and learn what you're doing and to see what your intentions are. And not yet have I not been impressed. You've impressed me so much that we're doing this right now. So kudos.
that means a lot, man. That means a lot.
Wow, man, you mean a lot to me what we're doing. So, you know, that's it, man. Thank God I'm not, some stuck-up prick that won't stay at the whole show, Mary. I don't know who Mary is. But I'm sure you're out there.
Yeah, no, like you were saying before, it's about the way we can grow this is all of us working together.
Absolutely.
And that's the only way that this can keep growing for all of us. If Toronto people, if the bands are, if everybody's thinking about themselves, everybody gets kept down. If everybody works together, we can all rise up together, which has kind of always been my thought behind this.
Who's that insecure that they got to bring down another band because they're not secure with themselves and their band? You guys want to bug my parents? I'm at my parents' place. Let's go bug them. Let's go do it. Hey ma. No, they're like seriously, they're gonna kick me out if we do that. So like, here, check it out, man. Let's meet some of my dogs and stuff. I've been staying here for a little bit, but
we got the Krebs home tour going.
Here, look, what up, Ginger? She steals my goddamn fish and chips. Hey, mom, come meet some people online. Come on. She's like, no, my mom's a hard worker. Here, let me get the light on. She's just working on her room right now. She had a bit of a flood, but this is Mary Machado. This is the lady that made me, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi, mom.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Mom, that's Jesse. He's a great guy. I'm a huge Patsy Cline fan because every Saturday morning my mom would play Patsy Cline and I'd smell bacon. I'd wake up and read Garfield and sing Patsy Cline with my mom. That's it, man. So it's life. I don't know. I've got people messaging me right now for the link for it. So, what's the future for your show, Jess?
For this show, I'm not even, to be honest, I only thought this was going to be a 2 month long series because I thought, this whole COVID was going to be gone pretty quickly, but now we're quite a few months in it, so I guess we're keeping going. There was a little scare. People were saying Facebook was going to prevent all of this kind of stuff, but yeah, it's been going all right so far. So I'm just going to just keep it going, keep getting more acts from all across the country, and keep the live music coming to people's homes. They don't have to go out anymore.
Whatever you need from me, man, you got it. All right.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
That.
So no, man. Like I said, I don't give that out to anybody. And who am I to like even think I'm better than anyone else? I'm not. I never think that. But the thing is that we need people like you because people like myself are getting not so much older, but I'm burning it at both ends. And I'm just kind of like it affected my personal life. It affected. Like, because I was doing everything. So, like, a helping hand, like Jesse here, taking the reins, which we were waiting for. And you know what? Karina, too. Karina, give you a shout out, man. You're doing all right. Still waiting for that rock pile gig. No, I'm joking. Quarantine's been like a nut. Nah, she's working hard. She's a great promoter. A lovely girl, man. But, we need you guys. You need to be the next step, the next generation. And I'm just grateful that you're here. For 9 years, I was just slaving away doing sound, making posters, booking bands, playing, getting bands in every single day to 3, 4, 5, 6 venues a week, and not even asking for it. I didn't want anything. I just wanted the music and the movies and like all that stuff to happen. And people like Almeida and people like Groupie, we were out doing it. Shane did his stint too. There's been conflict here, conflict there, but everybody was just getting tired, man. Like, we needed you guys. You're the next step. You're the breath of fresh air that we needed and we're looking forward to. I always knew it. I was looking. Oops, sorry about that. Did I lose you? Did I lose? Nah. There he is. There he is. All right.
Yeah, he's still there.
I'm gonna like make a sandwich. Hey, I'm gonna make a sandwich with you guys right now. All right. So like I said, let me go back to the start. Start supporting local acts. The music is better than you think. Okay? Like, for instance, Binge Ninja. Get the album, okay? Teratoma, it's delicious. James Squid from Hamilton. Return for Refund. The Crooked, like those guys, everybody's doing their part, man. Oh man, when it comes to metal, though, definitely pick up anything Astaroth does. Sam, you're a genius. I love that guy. Super nice guy, I found him at Coalition starting out with a drum machine. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to take you in. Brought them to Tennessee Tuesdays and they trusted me to oh man, wait. Like they trusted me to keep, I got to say another thing. Oh, my girlfriend's calling. Decline. The thing is, I'm going to get shit for that. But the thing is like bands like Creatures that didn't get their shot, that should have caught their shot. Whoever didn't sign Creatures, we're not friends. No, I don't talk to you. No, that band was boom, ready to go. They're still my favorite hardcore bands from Etobicoke. Jesus Murphy. Hear me out. Astaroth, Black Eve, these metal bands too. They're just so good and so talented, and they're just being well, not so much Astaroth now, but make a better metal scene in Toronto, ladies and gentlemen. It's media. I've seen metal scenes, and Toronto thinks they have the best metal scene. You don't. Make it better. It could be way better. I love metal. I'm a folk country punk singer. I'm a metal guy. Hey, I'm a metal guy. It's day, right? So that's it. You talk to me. I'm just gonna.
He always buys the music as well stream because you got to support and get the merch, and that's sounds good. So we're actually we got a little under 10 minutes, and we're gonna be wrapping up on the hour here. But yeah, if you want to make yourself a sandwich, we can have a little a cooking show ending with Sleeping Lies.
I'm gonna make a sandwich. All right. Now, I'm just gonna grab some orange juice because I don't drink coffee or pop. And then wait, hold on. I'm gonna grab some Mom's Cooking because we all know that I didn't have that for a good 10 years. I wasn't living here. Wait. Hey, this goes out to the mayor. I don't even know you anymore. But
got some Thanksgiving leftovers going there.
oh man, I didn't even celebrate Thanksgiving. But my parents went to my niece, who I love very much. But I was just busy working, doing stuff, uh, trying to rebuild. Right. Uh, I had a nervous breakdown after my ex left me and didn't realize it. And then quarantine hit, and then like oh, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm literally just get out of here, orange juice, trying to steal my sunshine. You know, yeah, no, I'm just like I'm trying to put my pieces back together. You know, quarantine hit, and I was homeless, man. So you know, the first 2 days it was like, well, this is it, this is life. And then after that, I picked up my feet and I said, I'm going to turn this into a better life. And I'm still here. So anybody out there going through some struggles, just hear me out, man. Don't take your life. That's for sure, because there's people out there you don't even know that probably care so much about you. But not even just that, you owe it to yourself to succeed. You know, that's it. Like, nobody's going to tell you you're good at something because they're so insecure. You just, if you feel it in you, and even if you're not good at it, you keep going. As long as you don't hurt anybody or you try to hurt anybody's talent or career in any way, you just keep going. Okay. If you want to play with Play-Doh and crayons, I'm your man. I'll book it. All right. But my advice to artists is to stay away from drugs. I struggled with so many addictions since I was about like 11, and not because of my parents, not because of my life, just because I think I had like a chemical imbalance and I needed to like explore, you know, self-medicate. But this is what I noticed with a lot of people that do drugs that shouldn't. Mental health is an issue, and this is where drugs. Not everybody can function, and I don't drink caffeine. I don't do coke. I don't drink Coca-Cola. I try to stay away from anything that doesn't help. And here's another big bonus I'm going to tell you. And no, I'm not afraid to talk about any of this. Everybody else is going to ruin their career. I'm ruined already. I just write great music and I'm a great artist, apparently. So hear me out. Don't do coke, and don't ever show up on stage high. You look like shit. Don't do it. I don't do it. In fact, I don't even drink on stage. You know what I do? Drink water, lukewarm water, room temperature water. And I don't use lemon. Madonna dries you out. You want water. Water has saved my life so many times. Dehydration. For instance, I was touring in Italy with the choir school, and I think I was about 11 at that time. We had to stand for 2.5 hours after we performed for 3 hours because some president or senator or politician wanted to talk, and people were just like, boom, boom, like dropping because they were dehydrated, you know? That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I got a cut because my phone said it's 15%, and my girlfriend definitely needs me to call her immediately.
Immediately. Okay, I just want to throw one last thing in here. Dawn had a really good comment. She says, there's always someone out there that's way worse off than you. Try to stay positive. And that's it. It's about attitude. You know, we gotta stay positive. And during these times, it's harder than ever. I know, like most of the people that I've talked to are struggling in one way or another, and a lot of people keep them to themselves and think that this is something internal, but it's something that we're all dealing with right now. These are crazy times, and I really appreciate you trying to spread the positivity and keeping things up because that's so important right now.
Don, thank you. Don's right. Like, this is the thing. Like, regardless of how I was feeling or how I'm ever feeling, I always, like, I can be a real tyrant sometimes. You know, I suffer from mental health. So, but I don't ever try to be irritable or whatnot. But like, I know genuinely when I'm hurt, I would see someone hurt. I would always try to make, like, they come first, because it's not about like making me feel good about helping somebody feel good. But it's just like, I just can't watch people destroy themselves. Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely.
I care. I care about you all. I care about every artist out there. I do. Even if you hate me, I do. I care about you a lot. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Future. He's a rapper. Love you, buddy. But yeah, I wanted him on the show tonight, but he just was under the weather. He couldn't come out. But you should check out his stuff, man. He goes by The Few, the only one Few. He's great, man. You know, like I said, some of us all are suffering from mental health too. But Jesse brought up a good point. We all think that we're only alone, because I thought I was like, my phone did not. Imagine this: you're a well-known promoter, artist, person, socialite, and then all of a sudden your phone does not stop. It doesn't, like, it stopped. You get no phone calls, and then your girlfriend leaves. Your long time, your best friend, and then like nobody's calling you, not even your family. Everybody was actually experiencing this, but nobody knew it. And here we are killing ourselves to live, and then here we were killing ourselves. And the government themselves weren't even helping. They're like, oh, here's the COVID relief you're gonna have to pay back. Oh, and by the way, you're all pieces of shit, and you're right, you are alone. No, you're not. Go online, play cards with your friends online. If I had friends, I'd play cards with them, but I don't gamble. All right, that's it. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like, reach out, talk to people. That's what I started to do. I think people were just like taking that time at first to center themselves, find themselves, because not everybody's used to being alone. But loneliness is definitely what's going to really hurt a lot of us if we don't start talking about it. We're isolated, and some of you aren't creative and create your own world. So you're sitting there playing your video games, bored of your video games, and then you start to feel lonely. That is what scares me. So I want to start, if Jesse's involved, I'll definitely run it if he doesn't have time. I want to start a community, an online community of people who just want to talk, not a self-help line, just talk, man. Just like, what's up? Oh, what's up, Andrew J? Oh, by the way, my new name is Billy David Bowie. So Billy Idol, David from Lost Boys, and Bowie. Shit like that. I don't know. Just talk. I think talking to yourself is bad, because then you create social anxieties when real people show up, and that's where this generation is in danger.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, you can't have any of my sandwich. So yeah, no, definitely. But
cool. Yeah, I can. Yeah, we can let you get running. We're at 59 minutes and 30 seconds, so we're pretty much landing right on an hour here. So that worked out well.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, next time, and Jeff, next time I'll have my actual setup set up. I was in Kensington performing for people for free, hanging out with some other bigger artists, performing, just sitting out there. I do it once a month, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, not just Kensington, like I said, everywhere. So I'm still out there looking, but please wear your masks. If you're sick, stay home. People out there, even if this COVID or quarantine shit isn't real, other people may be going through some mental health issues, and they need that reassurance of safety. So, let's be considerate. I think that. Wash your goddamn hands, you animals. Do it. I'd do it. See? No, I'm joking. I got to wash my hands for real now. All right? So.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, thanks so much. As you mentioned, this is your first live interview, so I really appreciate you coming on here and sharing your thoughts and your life with us. This has been a great conversation.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. It's it was a long time coming, and you were the one I wanted to do it, and here we are. I'd love to come back on again next time. I said I'll have a setup a little more appropriate. And Jesse, man, please just keep going, because we need you.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I definitely will. Hope as long as you promise to do the same. Thanks so much for coming on. Thanks so much to everybody for tuning in. Don said thanks so much for all the great comments there, Don. And if you guys want to rewatch this episode, you can watch it at www.quarantinesongs.com, and we're gonna just keep doing these until quarantine's over. So
I just want to give 3 shout outs to God. I don't know. Yeah, probably. I'm still here. I want to give a shout out to people who just listen to art, watch music. Like, I gotta make it sound funny or people won't pay attention. So it's like the dyslexic thing. But hear me out. I got Eternal coming out by Hex by Hate Productions. I got Love Is Like a Ghost, which is a solo album coming out by Holy House Entertainment. And these are my businesses. So I'm going to kickstart them to get other artists out. And I'm going to do everything for free. So the album's going to be free. The comic book, I'm thinking just making it free, man. Any words of advice I have is keep going. Don't listen to anybody. Keep going. Trust me, if I had to listen to everybody in my life, I wouldn't have been. Hey, just trying to steal my food again. You guys saw that, right? Listen, don't listen to anybody. You keep going. All right, Jesse, I got to get out of here. I got things to do
Cool.
with my hair. All right.
Cool. Have a great night,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Thanks again, everybody, for
Bye,
tuning
guys.
in, and we'll be back again
Drop
next
on
week.
entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. You watch out for this guy. He knows what he's doing. For real. Quarantine songs. I'm gonna quarantine myself just because I'm crazy. Bye.
Bye, everybody.